Today is the actual eclipse day. It's March 14th, and there is a total lunar eclipse in Virgo that happened just a few hours ago. So we're in the real tight eclipse energy, and honestly, I've been feeling it all week. Lots of things have been happening. Mercury goes retrograde tonight, and so Venus went retrograde earlier this month, and really it's just there's a lot that has been happening, and I have been itching to do a card reading, and I actually got out my Work with the Moon workbook to do this, to have a moon ceremony for myself. And I actually I print it out too, because I might make my husband do it for date night tonight. Anyway, there is a card spread at the back, a 3-card spread at the back with a bonus card, actually, because I put that in there. But then I was like, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling itchy. I went to my wall of cards and pulled them out, and I'm just like, I could use stuff. I could use a good reading. I just ate a pint of chocolate peanut butter ice cream, and my eyelashes are falling off, and it just kind of feels like we need, at least I feel like I need some like recentering, realignment. I honestly think the pint of ice cream was to like bring me back into density, honestly, because there's so much going on. You want to know something super cool? On Sunday, I went to the lake. It was a beautiful day, and I went to the lake with my kids and my daughter, my middle daughter, who I think she's from the fairy realm. She just is, she's a total fairy. Anyway, she comes up to me. She's like, "Mom, look what I found." That's a full wing. Can you see that? Let's see if I don't know if I can get it. I'm on cinematic. That's a full wing. We've cleaned it, and anyway, looked up what this means, and it's freedom. A lot of energy around freedom. So here's the deal. We're ready for this eclipse energy is bringing in our wings. We are ready to take flight. And maybe this card reading can give us a little insight. I have the one from the workbook, and if you have the workbook, I actually ended up sending it to my entire email list for free. Usually exclusive to just subscribers, but I sent it to my entire email list because I feel like we could all use it. So, I have 4 decks out. 5. I have 5 decks out because oh man, as I got going with it, I was just like, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling all of these decks. So here we go. Okay. So I did do this card spread. Well, I have this card spread here, but I actually ChatGPT'd another card spread. Okay. Good heavens, this is fun. 1, 2, 3. There's 6 cards over here. So we'll 4. I don't normally just shuffle until there's all jumpers, but that's what we're doing today. Because we are lawless. We're rebels. Well, there's like 3 of them there. Okay, we're just gonna go for it. Okay, we're gonna go for it. So the first card in the card spread is, what is breaking down so I can break through? What this eclipse is exposing that needs to shift. Oh, interesting. This is the 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles. This is the law of reciprocity. This is the giving and the receiving. This is there is an element of overtaking and overgiving and under receiving, or just taking, right? So, so this eclipse is exposing in your life where you're potentially overgiving, where you are maybe not receiving. I think for a lot of women, here's the deal. I'm going to bet it's more women than anything that are watching this. And the interesting thing is women are natural receivers. We're not, even though we have been trained to give so much of ourselves by way of mothering, by way of nurturing, but truly we are meant to receive. We are the yin. We're the magnets. Things come to us. So potentially this eclipse is showing you areas in your life that you have not been in this like reciprocity, this giving and receiving. And if you find that you struggle with receiving, that might be coming up for you at this time. 2, where am I micromanaging when I should be trusting? Ooh, okay. We've got the King of Swords. The King of Swords. Where am I micromanaging? Okay. Are we stuck in thought loops? Are we stuck in these thought loops? Because the swords rules the head. It rules the logic. And the king is the highest, right? The king is this the leader. And so there's this element of like, am I so a good leader is not somebody who tells everybody what to do. It's somebody who allows other people to utilize and use their gifts. It's a good leader is somebody who sees what everybody has to offer and encourages that. And not just I'm the boss, do what I say kind of thing. So if you're micromanaging, saying like, I know how to do everything the best, so I'm just going to do it, that's not a good leader. That's where you've got to move into trust. You've got to move into everybody has gifts. Everybody has talents. Everybody has the opportunity to learn through trial and error, through mistakes, through life. So there's this, okay, so you know how to do things, but maybe you need to trust other people to step into their own power, and that makes you a good leader. 2 or 3, what truth is Mercury retrograde forcing me to hear? The Chariot. The Chariot. Where are you? Ooh. Okay. I have an intention group that I meet with every Friday, and we hold intention for each other. And it's actually really powerful, and it's a time that we get to utilize our spiritual gifts and practice them and all the things. Okay, so this is the Chariot. The Chariot is the fastest moving card in the whole tarot deck. And you can see this black and white horse, and they're galloping fast, and they're moving really quickly, and they're making things happen. Well, which is ironic because Mercury in retrograde is a time to slow down, stop, put the brakes on a little bit. Like, let's reassess things. Let's restructure things. Let's reconfigure. Let's re-examine things. And so the fact that this is coming up, so the question is, what truth is Mercury retrograde forcing me to hear? You're going too fast. You're going too fast, and actually you got to slow down a little bit. A hidden message or miscommunication that actually carries wisdom. So here's what's interesting. What came up is just what I saw earlier this morning. Holding intention for a woman, and she was wanting some insight into like the next steps of her life. And it was interesting because as we meditate together for 10 minutes, and as I was in the meditation, I saw like all these beautiful, wonderful things and this, all these incredible opportunities. But then I asked the question, okay, well, what's the next step? What does she need to do now? And I saw her trying to move. but her feet were stuck to the ground. And she was trying to move. And the more she tried to move, the like, she was in quicksand, and the more like stuck she became. And it's like she was held fast and firm to the spot that she was in. And she was trying to move out because it was uncomfortable. Where she was uncomfortable. But the more she tried to move, the more stuck she became. And then it was really interesting. So when she stopped trying to move quickly, and she just like stayed, she moved into, it was so fascinating what I saw. You know how I saw a couple of things. If you're a Harry Potter fan, it kind of was the Harry Potter where in the first Harry Potter, when they're in the, I can't even remember but in one at the very end of the book, when they like drop down and they're in some devil's snare. They're in devil's snare, and the more that they try to fight it, the more the tighter it gets. And then if they just relax into it, they like come consumed, but then they drop out the bottom and they're fine. I saw that, and I saw that she was in a birth canal. Once she stopped moving and trying to keep going and get going, she actually was in a birth canal, and she was being birthed feet first, breech baby. And, but she was in this period of gestation. So Mercury in retrograde is allowing you to have this period of gestation, and it's asking you to hold on just a minute. You'll get to where you're going faster if you stop going and you allow to what wants to be born. Okay? Consider that message. And then 4, how is Venus retrograde challenging my relationships and self-worth? Oops. My computer went to sleep. What's being stirred up emotionally? Ooh, Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. This is very much Pentacles is the physical plane that we're in. This need to have a house, this need to feed our body, this need to have a roof over our head, like these basic physical needs. The fact that we have to have a job and make money, right? We have to survive. And so Pentacles is this physical foundation, and Venus retrograde is challenging my relationships and self-worth. Self-worth in the astrological chart, self-worth is ruled by the second house, and the second house also rules finances. Our finances are deeply tied to our self-worth, and therefore also both of those things ruled by Venus, and Venus rules our relationships. So of course it's intrinsically tied. So Venus in retrograde right now, what it's bringing to the surface is probably creating some dynamic conversations around how are we taking care of ourselves. Maybe that's health. Maybe that's financially. Maybe that's what we spend our money on. Maybe I know that the majority of people there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear of the unknown, like how inflation is going to happen, like what's working, what's not working. And this is perfect because there's an element of it needing to come back to aces, right? Aces, new beginnings. So potentially looking at the structures of what we've built our foundation on in a new way. There might be more opportunities to barter. There might be more opportunities to befriend our neighbors and come into a place of community rather than isolation. And really, and maybe not, but at the very least, Venus in retrograde is asking us to look at a new perspective on how we relate to each other and relate to ourselves. For survival, for the monies. One of my favorite things that this card says in the guidebook is visualize, attract, prioritize, act. Okay? visualize, attract, prioritize, act. There you go. Venus in retrograde. 5, where am I being asked to surrender? My low power mode came on. Okay. Where am I being asked to surrender? Oh, baby. I love this card so much. This is the wheel. There is no say in what you can do. Okay. Where are you asked to surrender? Just literally into trust. The wheel is a card around like a lucky break. It's around fate. It's around destiny. It's around this idea that let life be life. Let life be life and allow yourself to be surprised and delighted. I love so much that this eclipse is happening in Virgo. Virgos love to plan. I know I have a Virgo moon. We love to plan. We love to research. We love to see the whole. We love to see the big picture. And then we love to break it down into steps. And this is like, oh yeah, no. We're not actually going to do that. We're actually going to just allow what comes, because this is eclipse season and you don't even know. You have no idea what's going to come to the forefront. And if you try to plan it, you might be like disappointed. So just play with the universe. Trust that whatever comes up is for your good. Trust that as you experience conversations with people, here's the deal. Last night I watched the eclipse. I'm in the mountain time zone, and so it was around midnight. And I watched the eclipse with my husband. We were outside, and like every 15 minutes we'd go out there and just ooh and ah and amazing. And because we had this time, we were talking, and it brought up actually quite an argument. And there were tears shed, and there was information and hurt feelings. And then guess what? We also got to a beautiful conclusion. And I am grateful, even though it was an uncomfortable conversation. I'm so grateful for the conversation because there was an undercurrent of energy there. And we both felt it, but we didn't know what it was. And so it came, I love that it genuinely came to the surface while we were watching the eclipse. But you get to just allow what comes up to come up, and don't judge it for being good or bad. You just get to let life be life. Okay. All right. Number 6, what power emerges once I let go? Okay. Now we have 3 jumper cards. So we're just going to turn these over and see what we got. We got two major arcana cards. All right. Firstly, we have the moon, which is literally the card of surrender. Like, look at her. It's like, stop fighting the waves. And I love, again, we've got where we had a black and white horse, we have black and white wolves howling at the moon. Like, come on. That's amazing. And then so really this is the power that emerges is allowing whatever wants to emerge and be illuminated to emerge. This is kind of what we were going on here. Let life be life, but engage with what comes to the surface. Engage with it. And so here's the deal. My conversation last night, it could have not happened, but then we both felt it. And so I put words. Dang it. I had my alarm go off. Okay. We got to wrap this up because I got to go pick up my daughter. So I ended up addressing the energy in the room, right? Nobody actually said anything, and I ended up addressing the energy, and my husband was responding with like grunts, like and I was like, come on, like okay, like, are you kidding me? You're not going to say anything? And he said this: you speak to think, and I think before I speak. And I was like, you're right. Neither is good, like better than the other. And and it's good information. So anyway, it was really great because we were able to engage that part of us, and I was able to have patience, and he was able to weather all of the words that came out of my mouth before, getting the golden nuggets, right? Anyway, engage, surrender to what comes up. Have the conversations. Call the people that pop into your mind. Like, do the thing. Have the ritual. Pull the cards. Go to the place. I don't know. Just do the thing. The second is the Lovers. And I love this so much because it is Venus retrograde. And so this is a reassessment of your relationships. There's this, it's super fascinating. It's not just your love relationships. This is your relationship with self. This is your relationship with your children, your business partners, your parents, whoever you have a relationship with. There's an opportunity for it to up level. So you get to engage with it. Okay? Yes, I had this beautiful conversation with my husband last night. Earlier in the week, I've had some really tough and wonderful and incredible conversations with my business partners. And you know what was even cooler is we were able to come back to it, like full circle it, and it actually deepened trust with all of us because guess what? Sometimes the hard things have to be said, and the things and the feelings have to be expressed, and the thoughts, the honesty has to happen. And knowing that, finding out that those that we love actually will still be there even though we were vulnerable, that they still love us, actually instills so much trust. So, the Lovers, okay? This is a power. And building trust in relationships, holy schmoly, that is a trust thing. That's a powerful thing. Okay, last card is the Five of Cups. Now, the Five of Cups fives are typically change, shift points. And it's an eclipse. It's a wild card eclipse. And cups it rules our emotions, our intuition, our sensitivities. And you can see here that there's this hole in the ground and all of this. She's got life force energy draining out from her and down the drain. Even though, and she can't see because she's so focused on all the dried up emptiness, that she can't see that there's a bowl, the biggest bowl that's full of goodness just behind her. Okay, so the power is recognizing where you actually have energy leaks, where your life force energy is draining. And that's what the eclipse is bringing up. It brings up those shadow parts that have literally been seeping out of us. And now it becomes like, hey, time to look at it. And so that you can change. I just realized I have a microphone there and I'm getting very passionate. But you get to, I even spit on my card. Yep. Passionate for sure. You get to address where the energy leaks are going so that you can change your perspective. So you can see the beautiful, big bowl that's behind you. Okay. So that's that. Now I really have to go, but we're going to see what we need to surrender. Surrender to trust. I know it's mirrored, so that looks backwards, but surrender to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. Here's the deal. Here's a little insight for you. If you made the choice, it's the right choice because you made the choice. You don't need to regret it. You can always realign. You can always shift. You can always change your mind. For a long time, my mantra was, I reserve the right to change my mind. And so you can change your mind. However, just make a choice and go with it. Trust yourself because that was the right choice because you made the choice. So surrender to trust. Trust yourself. Okay. Now, these other ones have guidebook stuff and this is, yeah, baby. I love this. Okay, so this deck that I'm using is called The Divine Feminine by Megan Watterson. Because I was like, okay, we probably need a guide during this time, and it's Hestia. Look at Hestia. Hestia is also known as Vesta. I usually work with her as Vesta. Look, this is a picture I have of Vesta that I love because she is the sovereign goddess. Okay, you ready? The goddess of sanctuary. Oh, the goddess of sanctuary. No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. Okay? Everything is wackadoodle in the world. Everything is wackadoodle. But you finding your center in yourself, finding your home, use this, find your sanctuary. Because the more of us that find our sanctuary inside, we're unstoppable. Yes to that. Okay. I was feeling this one today, and I haven't used this deck in years. Why am I out of breath? I get so excited. I've been sitting here. Okay. Work Your Light. This is Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. I adore her. I absolutely adore her. Boundaries. Okay, boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Okay. There's a guidebook here as well, but I'm not going to get into that. And then because we're in a eclipse energy, I pulled out the Sacred Rebels deck by Elena Fairchild because I love her. I love this deck. The guidebook is like, each card has like 3 pages. It's beautifully written. The cards are so gorgeous. What's this one? Sacred Fool. Okay, babies. All right. Let's see if it'll... Okay. Sacred Fool. This is the energy of... I feel like I have so much to say around this, and I have to go, and like my alarm is going to go off real soon. The Sacred Fool. This is when you decide to have, like, we're jaded. We know too much. And so we get to okay, I'll tell you what just popped into my head. I gotta go. Oh, okay. What popped into my head is, have you ever seen the movie The Scarlet Pimpernel? And I'm telling you, the book is better than the movie. Nope. Okay, here we are on a new timeline. Okay, I wanted to finish my thoughts on the Sacred Fool, and what immediately came to my mind was the movie The Scarlet Pimpernel, and I said that the book was better than the movie. No, I meant the movie is better than the book, which doesn't happen very often, but the movie is by far better than the book. So, and actually there's a play. So if you've seen the play, I haven't seen the play yet. I really want to. But the Scarlet Pimpernel is, so the movie was made in the 70s or 80s, and it's got Jane Seymour in it and Ian McKellen, and there's this, it takes place in the French Revolution. Now, I love this concept so much too, because we have Pluto in Aquarius, which is revolutionary energy. And so there is this very much this tumultuous energy happening right now, similar to that time period as well. But it takes place during the French Revolution, and there is this man who is an aristocrat, but he's from England, and so he is this, he's wealthy, he's in the fine circles and all the things, and he comes to France, and he essentially is this fool. He plays the fool, so people underestimate him. Now here's the thing, there is power in being underestimated, because people perceive you less than you are, and then you actually have the ability to surprise attack. There's that. But Percy, the guy, he's underestimated. He's seen as a fool, and therefore he is not suspected the fact that he is actually saving people from the guillotine. He is creating these. He's essentially rescuing people, and no one knows it's him until the very end. And so I just ruined it for you. So sorry about that. You don't need to watch it. But so in your life, are there areas in your life that you actually are not taken as seriously? Or are you needing to kind of allow yourself to, again, a new perspective, come at it with a beginner's mindset where you don't have to know. You don't have to know when you know too much, you know too much. Like anyone who has started a business, it's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna do this thing. It'll be fun. It'll be so fun. And that is the fool. That's the fool, because 6 years in, when you look back and you're like, wow, that was a lot of work. And if I had known it was gonna be like that, I probably wouldn't have done it. That's why we need the beginner's mindset, that sacred fool. So remember all of that. That was a long reading, and I hope you got something out of it. Just see what kind of penetrates your mind, and enjoy this season. Play with the universe, and know that it's all happening for you.